welcome back to my channel. And today's video I am so excited to be sharing with you guys, and that is two of my favorite jewelry houses, which is Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels. So we will be going into comparing the two brands, which one I prefer, and breaking it down into 5 parameters. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. The first category we'll be discussing is cost. And I think that's a huge point when you're purchasing anything. Cost has a lot to do with your decision process. I know that I'm not gonna be comparing apples to apples because they're two totally different brands with two totally different aesthetics. I mean, Van Cleef and Arpels is more into precious stones, while Cartier, I would say, is more into all gold, right? They're known for their Love collection, which is basically a ring, and their motifs are all in gold. And same thing with these. And sometimes they add diamonds, but it's really mainly solid gold pieces. While Van Cleef and Arpels is known for their motifs having precious stones in them, they do make them in metals as well, but what they're really known for is their precious stones. So they're two totally different aesthetics, and comparing them to try to be equal would almost be impossible because they aren't obviously two different brands, and that's why people buy them for different things. But I think if we're going to compare, let's say, a bracelet, which is well known from Cartier, which is the Cartier Love Bangle, and we'll pick a bracelet that's very well known in the Van Cleef and Arpels space, which is the 5 motif, they're very drastically different in pricing. And of course, the Love Bangle is solid gold, keep that in mind, and the 5 motif, as you can see, it's more dainty, and it's really the precious stones that are the focal point. But the price of the Love Bangle sits at currently $6,550. And this bracelet currently is $3,900. They do come in different colors, so the price does vary. It ranges basically from like $3,900 to $4,300, I think, with the new price increases. And they are more delicate overall, but if you're looking at those two, you would think that Van Cleef and Arpels is more of an attractive price point in terms of getting a really nice luxurious piece at half the cost, right? And this is a gorgeous bracelet, there's no doubt about it. But when you look at entry level, what it actually costs just to buy the most basic thing from these brands, and that is vastly different. So to get an entry level piece from Cartier, not including pens or any other accessories they sell, but just strictly jewelry, you can get a Cartier Trinity cord, and that retails for $580. Again, this is not all metal. It has a cord, but the cord you can change as much as you want. So I think it's a really good entry level piece. But on the other hand, if you want to get a Van Cleef and Arpels, like just to get into the brand, I believe the cheapest thing, and if I'm wrong, definitely let me know down in the comments, but I believe it's the Perle ring, and that retails for $1,210. Now, when you look at those two entry level points, I think the clear winner is, well, not clear winner, but the more expensive brand is Van Cleef and Arpels, because just to get a taste for that brand, you have to spend over $1,000, and it quickly jumps up. It quickly jumps up to $2,000. It quickly jumps up to $3,000. Where Cartier, you have some pieces that are in the, hovering over the $1,000 range, and obviously they do have more expensive pieces, but I think they do a better job at really making it accessible. And of course, these are luxury brands, so they are at a higher price point, but I think in general they make themselves more accessible to a person wanting to inquire about their pieces and really learn about their brand. Versus I think Van Cleef and Arpels, you have to spend a little bit more just to even get any piece from them. So I definitely think that Van Cleef and Arpels is, I would say, just a slightly above on the luxurious scale in terms of pricing and affordability. The next category is wearability and hands-free. Are these pieces hands-free? And if you can tell, Cartier makes a lot of solid gold pieces. So with any type of gold pieces, these are really hands-free. You can shower with them, you can go running, exercising, you can do whatever you want. It's gold, it's not gonna, destroy the gold content by you exercising and taking a shower. On the other hand, Van Cleef and Arpels really focuses their pieces on precious stones, which these are precious stones. They are more susceptible to chemicals and the environments around us. So that's including showering, soap, if you're putting on perfume. They are more delicate in that way. So the things you have to keep in mind with when you're buying Van Cleef and Arpels is that you really shouldn't be exposing any of these stones to that type of wear, i.e. keeping them on in the shower, spraying perfume, maybe even if you're cleaning your house. Like you don't want to go around any type of external environmental, chemical, or just anything day to day that these rings I wouldn't even think twice about. And that's because they are precious stones. But I don't want to deter you away completely from the brand, because I have these pieces, I love them. And one thing I did learn when purchasing them, and I do mention this in another video, is that you can pay to fix it. So on the off chance that you don't care and you want to shower and you want to take your chances on accidentally messing it up, it falling out, whatever the case is, you can pay a fee. I believe it's $250 per stone to fix it. And again, obviously do your own research and ask your own sales associate to see if these increase when they had the price increase. But that is what my sales associate told me, and I thought it's not too bad comparing how much you're actually paying for the pieces. And I know it's an ongoing maintenance, and why do you want to pay even more for a piece you already own? But if you're a person that really wants it to be hands-free and just loves the design and loves these stones, I think it's something to look into and something to consider. Overall though, I do think that Cartier is more hands-free, but they both aren't perfect. I mean, these stones can fall out from just environmental impact on you wearing it in the shower or something, but people complained about these screws coming loose, or even on the regular Justin Clue that it actually unclips and falls out. So both brands have, there's some risk involved, and you would think that I'm paying all this money, there should be 0% risk, right? But it is what it is, and sometimes there's malfunction in pieces. Nothing's perfect. So do your research, but I just want to let you guys know that those are just the main things to consider when you're kind of in between which one do you purchase, or which one do you purchase first. Now the third category, and I know this is a hot topic in the luxury space because, there's differences of opinions, but are luxury pieces investments? And I wouldn't necessarily say they are or aren't. I think it depends. It depends the brands, just like with anything. I mean, just because you're investing in a stock doesn't mean it's going to go up. You have stocks all the time that, hit zero and they go bankrupt and they lose all their money. So I think with any investment, there is some sort of risk, but I would say that when you compare Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels in the secondary market, so that is the pre-loved market, I do feel that Van Cleef and Arpels holds their value a little bit better than Cartier. I think more people just have Cartier overall. I think the love bangle became really, really popular, mainstream, and by that there's more supply, so I think you can get these bangles for a really good discount, where I've seen these necklaces and bracelets and it's really not that much of a discount from retail. So that's a good thing for a person that's purchasing, because then you know that there's some value being held in the pieces that you're buying. But overall, I would say Van Cleef and Arpels kind of slightly wins over that one, because I do think it's a lot less known, a lot less people have it, so not as many of them come up on the secondary market versus Cartier, which I think just a little more mainstream, especially in their more popular pieces. And now we'll kind of segue into this next category, which kind of goes hand in hand with the investment, and that is the pre-loved market. So the secondary market, should you buy these pieces retail or should you buy them secondhand? And I think one thing to consider, especially with Cartier, is that there are really, really good replicas. And I know that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on which side of the fence you're on. But if you are looking to buy an authentic item, I would say be heavily cautious, because people make these bracelets specifically and the Justin Clue in 18 karat real gold and have very, very good craftsmanship. I mean, they're not one for one identical, but they're pretty close. And as a person, if you really want to buy something authentic, I think it's just do a lot of your research, make sure you're really understanding the product, and if you have the tiny bit of uncertainty, I would just say buy retail. If you are a person that, even if you buy it, you'll always have in the back of your head, like, is this real, is this fake? I would say just buy retail, because no amount of money should put that much stress on you, especially something as silly as a jewelry piece. So I think if you can, save your money and buy the real thing. But if you're looking for a discount, they do happen. And I would say the Cartier Love Bangles, you can get a really good discount, like over $1,000. That's not even including tax. So that's $1,000. It's a lot of money. So it's, making sure you do your research that you're buying something that's authentic. Cartier does not authenticate. You can't go and authenticate. I mean, you can potentially ask for a service and they would deny you if you did not have that such authentic piece. But again, that's a cost within itself as well, and the hassle that on the off chance that you did buy something and it was inauthentic and you couldn't return it, then you just lost thousands of dollars. So I would just say be very, very cautious. I would say when it comes to Van Cleef and Arpels, I think just buy it retail, because I didn't really see much of a discount at all. So I would say Cartier, I'm more inclined to buy Preloved, but I also make sure I'm going with someone that's trusted, that I bought from before, and I'm very cautious overall when buying Cartier through the secondary market. And I don't think I would buy Van Cleef and Arpels through the secondary market, because to me, the cost benefit of potentially getting a fake or whatever is, I'm not getting enough savings for that to be worth it to me. But if I'm getting over $1,000, $1,500, yeah, that's something that I would consider. Now, the last category, and that is the overall, which do I recommend? I mean, as you can see, I own both brands. I started off with Cartier. Cartier was my first love. I love Cartier. I love just the style. I'm a ring person. I love their bracelets. I love how they're hands-free. But I do like Van Cleef and Arpels because they are dainty. They're a little more feminine. If I had to pick one as a starter piece, maybe I would say go for Cartier first, because you can wear it all the time. It's more hassle-free. And they're both timeless brands, but I just think that this is just such an iconic design. I love this, but I really love this stacked with these. And I think that it's also very nice by itself, but I just love how I can wear this all the time and not even think twice about it. And same thing with the Justin Cleef. So I would say if you're starting off your luxury collection, if you're like me and most people, I feel like you always get one, and then as time progresses, you end up just expanding your collection, because one thing you realize really quickly is that you get to wear jewelry all the time and it just makes you feel good. I mean, some people are into bags and that's all on them, but I personally don't wear bags as often as I can wear my jewelry, especially in the environment we are in now. So I appreciate my jewelry so much. I love that I can wear it and showcase it, and not showcase in a way to show other people, but just see it on yourself and smile. And I look down and I just see the stone and the way the stone hits the light during the daytime, and I see the pink hues, and I love it. So I would say go for Cartier first if you want something that's easy and a little more carefree. It is a little more expensive, but I do think that if you can find someone trustworthy on the secondary market, it's worth it getting it pre-loved, because you can actually get really good deals. And I think maybe Van Cleef and Arpels is kind of like a secondary once you have your starter pieces, the pieces that you can wear all the time and that you love, and then you start exploring with more not as everyday pieces. I mean, I can wear these every day, but I feel like you kind of start forgetting when you have to constantly take it on and off, when you already have two that are on all the time. So even if you're in a rush, you're just I have something, I feel good, and I don't have to think about taking it on and off and whether I'm washing dishes or not washing dishes. So that's just my, overall opinion. Let me know your opinions down below. Are you a Cartier fan? Are you a Van Cleef fan? Are you a both? What do you own? What are you trying to purchase in the future? Let me know all the details down below. I love hearing from you guys. As always, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And also follow me on Instagram @_New York Sensation. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any video ideas or anything you want me to touch upon, let me know down below. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.